Hello students and welcome back to section 9. This section we're going to learn how to use Cramer's rule to solve linear equation in two variables. Now we have two sets of equation. First one is a1x plus b1y is equals to c1. The second is a2x plus b2y is equals to c2. This is my equation number 1 and this is my equation number 2. Now, in order to solve this by Cramer's rule, the solution is given as x is equals to dx by d and y is equals to dy by d. Now the question is, what is dx, what is dy, and what is d? So now what we are going to do is we are going to pick all the coefficients from equation number 1 and equation number 2 and bring them down and see how to form determinants using these coefficients. So now I have a1, a2, b1, b2 and c1, c2. Now as we learned in the previous section that a determinant given by a, b, c, d, this value is given as ad minus bc. Now we're going to use this same logic in order to find the determinants. Now in order to find d, what we need to do is we need to eliminate this particular column. Once we eliminate this column, we are left with four values, which is a1, a2, b1, b2, and that will be our determinant d. Therefore, capital D is given as a1, a2, b1, b2, and this value, when we solve it, comes as a1, b2 minus b1, a2, or we can write it in the other sequence a2, b1. That does not change the value. Now this value is for d. Now what is the value of dx? Now for value of dx, as we can see, a1 and a2 are the coefficients of value of x. So in order to get the determinant of dx, what we do is we, instead of hiding or eliminating c1, c2, we eliminate this column. Now once we eliminate this column, remember our determinant was still here. Now if this goes away, that means nothing is in there. So what happens is C1, C2 comes in place of A1, A2. So I'm going to show this methodically again. So this is my determinant. In order to find dx, I'm going to remove the column A1, A2. So as this goes out, C1, C2 from this place comes over here and fills this same column. So I have C1, C2 here, and this gives me my value for dx. So now back to our solution. So dx is equals to C1, C2, B1, B2. Therefore, my value for dx becomes C1, B2 minus C2, B1. Now, similarly for dy, what we do is we hide the coefficients of y. So in this case, the coefficients of y are b1 and b2. We're going to remove this. So as b1, b2 goes out, c1, c2 comes in. So c1, c2 will come inside of the determinant. It comes here. Now my value for dy becomes this determinant, as we can see. So I have a1, a2, c1, c2. So my value for dy becomes a1 c2 minus a2 c1. Now all of this is a direct way of understanding how to get x and y. Now we're going to see how to find the value of x. So as we can see, x is equals to dx upon d and y is equals to dy upon d. So the value for x becomes, from the previous page, we're going to see dx is equals to c1 b2. So it is c1 b2 minus c2 b1. I have c2 b1 divided by a1 b2 for the value of d, a1 b2, and I have minus a2 b1 minus a2 b1. This is my value for x. My value for y similarly becomes, as you can see, d is in the denominator, so the denominator is not going to change. I have a1 b2 minus a2 b1 in the denominator. My dy value here becomes a1 c2. I have a1 c2 minus a2 c1. So this is how we get x is equals to dx upon d and y is equals to dy upon d. Now we're going to solve this same set of equations using elimination methods, and we are going to see that whether or not I get these two same results from that method as well. If we do get the same result, that means the determinant method does work. Sorry, the Cramer rule does work for solving linear equation in two variables. So now I have a1x plus b1y is equals to c1, and I have a2x plus b2y is equals to c2. I am going to use elimination method. So I'm going to call this equation number 1, this as equation number 2. Now, whenever we solve any sets of linear equations, what we do is we eliminate one variable. So let's say in this case, I want to eliminate the variable x. So in order to eliminate x, I need to get a coefficient a2 here, because in the second equation I can see the coefficient of x is a2, and the equation 2 needs to be multiplied by a1 because the coefficient in equation 1 for x initially was a1. So once I multiply 2 by a1 and 1 by a2, I'll get the same coefficient in both the equations. So now we're going to multiply this. Equation 1 times a2, this gives me a1 a2x plus b1 a2y is equals to c1 a2. This is my equation number 3. Now equation number 2 multiplied by a1 is equals to again a2 a1x plus b2 a1y is equals to c2 a1. This is my equation number 4. Now I'm going to, as you can see, these two particular coefficients are same. This and this are same. So once I remove or subtract 3 from 4 or 4 from 3, I'll remove the variable x, and hence I can find the value of y. So I'm going to subtract 3 from 4. So this becomes a2 a1x plus b2 a1y is equals to c2 a1 minus I have a1 a2x plus b1 a2y is equals to c1 a2. Now we need to make sure that our signs are correct. So minus plus minus, minus plus minus, minus plus minus. So now my solution becomes a2 a1x minus a2 a1x becomes 0. In the second I have b2 a1y minus b1 a2y is equals to c2 a1 minus c1 a2. Now we're going to copy this same value on the next page. So I have b2 a1y minus b1 a2y is equals to c2 a1 minus c1 a2. Now I can write these two values as a1 c2 minus a2 c1. It does not change the total value of the right hand side, it is still same. So I have b2 a1y minus b1 a2y. Now as we can see on the left hand side, y is common, so I'm going to take y common. I have a1 b2 minus a2 b1 is equals to A1C2 minus A2C1. But as we learned in our second page, now we're going to go back to second page. Now observe the value of y. I have A1B2 minus A2B1. Let's go back to our current page. I have A1B2 minus A2B1. A1B2 minus A2B1. So I can safely say that y I can safely say that y times d is equals to, now we need to check if A1C2 minus A2C1 is some kind of determinant. So back to page number 2, let's see. A1C2 minus A2C1 is dy. A1C2 minus A2C1 is dy, and A1B2 minus A2B1 is d. So this numerator, this complete numerator is dy, this complete denominator is d. So now back to page 4th, we have y times d is equals to d of y. Therefore, y is equals to dy divided by d. And this is how we find the value of y. Now similarly, if you eliminate y and try to find the value of x, you're going to get x is equals to dx divided by d, and this is how we find the solution of linear equation in two variables using Cramer's rule. Now in the next section we are going to use some examples to make sure you understand how to actually apply this method to real problems, and we are going to use different kind of questions, numbers which are very high in value, and show that why Cramer's rule is much more effective than substitution or elimination method. This section will end now. Thank you.